And now, ladies and gentlemen, 10 rounds of boxing scheduled for the vacant WBA Continental Super Lightweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he wears the white with the black trim. He scaled 10 stone, 1 pound, 4 ounces. His professional record, 31 victories, 9 defeats, 1 draw, with 14 wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA, here is the former NABO, NABF, UBF, and WBC Continental America's lightweight champion, Hammerin' Hank Lundy. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the red with the white and black trim. He scaled 9 stone, 13 pounds, 2 ounces. His professional record, 21 victories, 3 defeats, 14 of his wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Algieri, Liverpool, England, here is the former British, Commonwealth, and European champion, Robbie Davies Jr.
Say, obey my instructions at all times, watch your edge and give me any questions. Just go to work.
Referee Marcus McDonnell asking for some surface grease to be removed from the face of Hank Lundy, the Philadelphian, emerging from the red corner on such an important night in the career of Robbie Davies Jr. He knows it at the age of 32, looking to get his career back on track. Had a low-key fight back in October in this arena, but earlier in the year was beaten by the Mexican Gabriel Goyaz Valenzuela, and that was a big shock, and that rocked Davies Jr. and set his career back when he was trying to build some momentum.
First thing you notice, Mike, is the size difference. Davies Jr. looks huge compared to Lundy. It's such an important fight for Davies Jr. here tonight. A fight he must win.
And as David Diamante was saying in the introductions, a range of titles won by Lundy, mainly in the lightweight division. His career record includes a failed challenge to Terence Crawford for the WBO lightweight title. That was back in 2016, and that was the last time that Lundy was beaten inside the distance. He has lost 9 times, but 7 of those opponents have either won or fought for a world title.
Lundy turned pro around the same time as me back in 2006, and I always kept an eye on him. Super talented fighter, with a real kind of an on-the-road fighter. Would go into people's backyards and beat them. So this here tonight would hold, no fear for him coming here to Liverpool to fight Robbie Davies Jr. He's done it a million times before. Very close with the overhand right there, Lundy.
And we were talking in the previous contest about the amateur pedigree of Joe Cordina, and before that Peter McGrail. Well, Lundy was Pennsylvania Golden Gloves champion back in 2003, national Golden Gloves champion in the States in 2005. And in the early stages, Marcus McDonnell talking to them both about careless use of the heads on the inside.
A little punching behind the head there in the clinch.
Robbie Davies saying in the build-up to this fight that he wanted to get back to his boxing and not get involved in the tear-ups that he says have caused him too much damage in his career so far. Wants to get back to what he does best. Lundy proving to be as elusive as he has done throughout his professional career. And again, reading that overhand right from Davies. Davies is going to have to really work for his openings here this evening.
Exactly, Mike, and he's got to be unpredictable with his punches and with his jabs and set them up behind feints, because Lundy is waiting for everything to roll and counter in that Philadelphia style.
At this stage, with 40-plus fights on his professional log. There won't be too much that
he's got
seen. And there's a brilliant right hand from Robbie Davies Jr. towards the end of the opening round. Will Lundy be able to hang on? A brilliant pinpoint right hand from Robbie Davies Jr. And in his excitement, his desperation to finish it, he too loses his footing, and the bell comes for Hank Lundy, who makes his way back to the corner on unsteady legs, no question about it.
Massive right hand. Came out of nothing.
Get in behind us.
Lundy's legs never look good, you know, aging fighters. But he jumped right in with a hook and got countered with a right hand himself. Side of the temple, and his legs were all gone.
I have to say, brilliantly timed shot from Robbie Davies Jr., who's been talking this week about getting back to his boxing. He did there, but then followed up by getting involved in the tear-up instead of just looking to give himself punching room and to follow up.
Davies did to Lundy what Lundy was trying to do to Davies. He set the feint, he dipped his shoulder, and he came back with the counter right hand. Beautiful punch. I think he's still hurt. I think if Davies composes himself now and goes about it in a methodical way, he can go get the finish here in the second round.
Round 2.
Well, it's 5 years since Hank Lundy has been stopped inside the distance, and can now Robbie Davies Jr. build on that fantastic success at the end of the opening round. Brilliant right hand, timed so beautifully, and Lundy was in big trouble. Have the 60 seconds been enough for him to regain his composure?
Mike. His legs look very bad. Legs look very bad here.
Davies Jr. looking to ping that right hand once again. He's looking for the opening. Got to bide his time here. But keep the pressure on. Don't let this moment pass. Don't let this opportunity pass. He's been talking about this being a pivotal night. Good left hand from Davies.
Just go to the body and then go to the head. There you go.
Nice right hand again from Davies, and the right leg of Lundy just swung around. He's still very unsteady. Good right hand to the body from Davies. As Andy was saying, switching up the attack, and Lundy is looking for sanctuary here. He's looking for an escape route. It's another right hand, and Lundy's in big trouble here. Falls through the ropes. The referee takes up the count here, and will he allow him 20 seconds having fallen out of the ring? Lundy now is failing to beat the count. Marcus McDonald has seen enough, and that is a statement victory for Robbie Davies Jr. And look at the emotion. Look at what this means to Robbie Davies Jr. against a man who hadn't been stopped for 5 years, and the last man to do it was Terence Crawford. Yes, he's 37. But he's taken some very strong men the distance in recent times. And Robbie Davies Jr., having spoken all week about the importance to his career of this contest, has got the win that he wanted, and in some style.
It was another right hand, but this was more of a conventional one. He just feinting and feinting, goes to the body. Nice shot, looking, and straight down the pipe. Straight down the pipe with the right hand. And it was just the fact that Lundy's legs were so, like, had completely gone, you know, that he went through the ropes.
And you said it right at the beginning of the second round, Andy, and our position as commentators here at ringside leave us directly with an eye line in line with the fighter's legs. And you saw that even at the beginning of that second round, the legs weren't there beneath him, underneath Hank Lundy. For all his experience, he couldn't hide it.
It's the first thing that goes in a fighter. You always hear it, the legs. The legs don't move the same.
And the way that Robbie Davies Jr. rushed in at the end of the first round, it was almost as he learned that lesson and took his time in the second round. He knew the shot would come.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Marcus McDonald calls a halt to this contest. The official time of the stoppage, 1 minute and 23 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by knockout and the new WBA Continental Super Lightweight Champion, Robbie Davies.